They thought they had banished us forever. But now, finally, we have returned.
Well, now we got to bring in the guests. Welcome to the Cult of David. How's it going, my lovelies in the chat? Always a pleasure. The reason for this fine accent will become quite, shall we say, known once bring in the next guest. Please welcome our resident moth / dog owner. Please welcome Becca.
Yep, that's me.
I counted about 6 different accents in that.
Us unbeliever Charlie, we have to be consistent or not so consistent, either one. As long as the inconsistency itself is inconsistent, it doesn't matter. Do it.
Right. I'm really impressed here, as you can tell.
Yeah, no, I suck. I'm terrible. But we already knew that. My main talents are, you want to know how I got these scars? That's the main one I'm good at. Or
well, it's certainly better than that. Whatever the hell that was.
The dry tone conveys your displeasure better than anything else. Alrighty. Well, we need to bring in our other guests. Please welcome.
My old enemy. You cannot hide from me.
You know, staying single has its benefits.
Why?
I was just mentioning it because of the video that we're going to cover today.
Oh, true. I honestly miss not being single, but that's just me.
I mean, I've never been anything else, so I'm kind of used to it.
You poor sod.
Sadness.
Alrighty. And please welcome our Davy Dollagon Pixie.
Hello. I had to do that accent. Hi, Heaven.
Hello, Mr. Crow.
Hello, Nihilus. How's it going? Hello. Well, we must ready to get on with our coverage of one Mr. David.
I'm ready to throw myself out the window.
At the accent or David?
You know, I'll leave that to people to make their own minds up for. But you know.
Yeah, at least this last guest can spell.
I was thinking sucks on something else, but that works too.
Oh.
I think Pixie forgot she was on a stream with Dan.
See, somebody likes it.
Because he's nihilist.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for Andrestia, sorry.
Yes, it's part 3.
Yep.
I just hope that I will never have to sully my account with this ever again. Share screen.
Your recommendations.
Well, the nice thing is, there's nothing really else with it that comes up in your algorithm because of this.
He does have a YouTube channel if you want to subscribe to that.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I brought popcorn for myself, so I'm.
Yeah, I only have a cup of water.
I have half a cup of flavored water and half a thing of cinnamon popcorn.
Mm.
Oh, hey, I do have some biscuits under my bed.
Which
That's
kind
what
of
I like.
biscuits? Biscuits. Biscuits.
Oh, yeah, it's 30
That's-
minutes!
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I transformed into my holiest form for this.
Yes, we must have purity of mind and thought.
I'm
This
learning a new
entire
language
thing.
with subscribe being a bonner, and I totally said that wrong.
I'll ask. I think she's kind of taking a break. She's been feeling really tired. I'll check though. Heck no.
All right, let's go.
You want full screen it, please?
Oh, right.
And is the closed
Yeah,
captions
get it
on
right.
too?
Yes, the closed captions.
yeah.
must be
Closed
on.
captions.
Make sure
are
they're
on.
English, not whatever. I don't know this language. I'm not trying to sound rude. I just don't know English.
Texting is English, yeah.
Oh no, it's not Spanish.
You're not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, you're not sharing the audio.
Yeah,
We need to
come
hear
on.
the glory of David's beautiful voice.
You're gonna have to remove it from screen. Since I can't.
What?
You're gonna have to stop sharing the. You're gonna have to stop sharing the screen and reshare, since we can't hear
Oh.
anything.
All right. I'll get on that.
Thank you.
Hey, wouldn't be the same without the technical difficulties.
They are called.
That is true.
They are called the Nephical difficulties, madam.
All right,
Please
let's
don't.
go again.
The interpretation.
Want to start
There we
over,
go.
please?
In other words,
Just
you
a
don't
really, it's just a really quiet video,
Yeah.
Okay.
like some weird bootleg recording.
Oh yeah. Oh,
know why
and
you
that,
feel what you feel. And the short answer, the quick answer is you just do your best. There's no, the only person who really knows deep down inside the reasons why you're feeling what you're feeling is God. And unless you're God, if you are, hi, I like you. Okay, unless you're God, you don't know. You just try your best.
Yes. This is
your best
definitely
guess.
a very devoutly religious
the
man,
more
I
experience
guess.
you get at this, the better you will be at it. Obviously, as with most things, you can get a professional opinion. Psychologists,
Hans is a
the clinical
female, David.
psychologists do this for a living.
What?
I was reading one of the comments. I can't highlight it, but CT20 who's like, "Who's an Anza?" And I'm like, "Female David." That's his feet, or that's his online handle. Besides his actual name.
And
lovely.
You can find a coach like myself who does this in a particular domain for a living, and we can help you out with that. But a lot of it is you're the best judge.
Europe.
Because
It's
you're the one
Europe,
who
you're
can
the
all of
best
the history of your life that could have led to that thought. And you know all of your hang-ups and so forth. You just have to be
You
honest
know
with
all of
yourself.
your
And a lot of the
hang-ups.
times, the reason why a guy is dumbfounded when it comes to finding the interpretation is because he's not being honest with himself. He's still in denial, or he's avoiding confronting a bad emotion. Maybe there's a bad history there, and he'll never get over it unless he confronts it. So, and get professional help.
I need professional help
or
with
you
these
just do your
videos.
best and try to work your way through
yeah,
it.
we're all
But,
gonna need
this.
we're all gonna need professional help when this series is over.
I'll get my therapist to help me about this. Like, what's wrong this week? There's this guy named David, and he's trying to scam me to tell me to get dudes or chicks. He's not doing very good.
He's just
No, he's
rambling
not.
about randomness and
Speaking
Yeah.
of rambling, we have a guest in the back room.
Hail, brightnesses, hail, hail, hail.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
May I ask brightnesses a question, please?
Go
Which
on.
do you find more of a turn on? A lecture by David or watching paint dry?
Can you do both? Like paint the wall for me? That's like double the excitement right there.
It's all right. It has to be either one or the other.
Yeah, don't be greedy, Pixie.
And I choose the color of the paint.
It's like a gray, concrete kind of slabby thing.
Like the background for David right now. Ooh, that was echoing. I'm so sorry.
Only a little dirtier.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can dry hump the paint. You can't really dry hump a lecture.
And you can actually think about stuff. You can actually think about stuff that turns you on while watching the paint dry.
Yeah.
Like if you start to think about stuff that turns you on while watching this guy, you're just gonna feel awful.
Yeah. Why is there Norwegian at the bottom of the page of the screen?
Wait, or what?
Norwegian at the bottom of the screen.
Because I'm from Norway.
Oh, fair enough.
Or my human
confusing.
host is from Norway. I'm from another dimension.
Oh, I just noticed Cthulhu. Oh, cool.
I don't know if that's Cthulhu.
No, Cthulhu is under the ocean.
Oh,
I
where'd everything go?
read it properly. Shalebs. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's why we're here. Men, we're here to learn how to be sleazy scumrots.
Exactly. That's basically the summary I'm getting. And also
Yep.
try being yourself while being a scumbag.
Well, also,
It just assumes a minimum level of intellect.
Oh, go back.
I'm
Please.
sorry, but I just assume that the people who follow me have a minimum level of intellect.
Follow me. It was a follow me.
I just don't.
Well, they probably don't.
Can you go back to a product for just 1 second?
Yeah, back up like 15 seconds, I think.
But a product assumes you passed it. But a product
that's fine.
assumes. Okay, there we are. But a product assumes. Sorry, I need to get.
Okay, I'll back up there.
Or you can just do your best and try to work your way through it. But this product assumes a minimum level of intellect. I'm sorry, but I just assume that the people who follow me have a minimum level of intellect.
They probably don't.
I just don't allow. You just should never accept giving up. I'm assuming that in school you used to hit those math problems that are so fucking hard.
You said the F word.
From Asia, back in being in Asia. I'm sure you've all done a lot of math.
getting
You hit that math
sexy
problem
now.
like I can't do this. I can't do this. Tell me, please, you did not just give up. You went to the answer book.
Oh, you looked it
You
up.
went to the teacher. You said, "I need extra help." You went,
You didn't just give up. You went and cheated.
I can't say anything. I'm just gonna.
Help.
My thoughts exactly. Help.
I need extra help too.
Why is he talking about maths?
I don't know if anybody knows this, but love isn't necessarily math. Not everything will work.
I mean, he's talking about like determination to understand the maths problem, but it's the most like mundane and banal bloody analogy he could have made in his life.
Yeah. Now I just know.
I've been married almost 5 years. None of the stuff he's saying works. Just saying. I've known for almost for 10 total.
I've said I did get Becca on Fire Can Kill a Dragon streams earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, she probably should be on some of those.
Yes.
Am I the only one who finds this a little dirty? Up, you want your teacher who said I need extra help?
No, what's dirty is how much he's trying to ask for people to join him in these lectures. That's dirty.
Yeah.
Like $600 or something, if I'm remembering right.
I think it was 500.
Oh,
I thought it
wow.
might have actually been 5,000.
I can't remember, but I know it was a lot.
It was like $5,000 for the initial course, and then he kind of tries to scam you by saying, "Hey, it's only $87 for this."
Carl,
Should have been 69. Ayo.
Carl
Yeah.
Honestly,
Sailor.
Should have been 69.69.
That's why I went ayo.
Or 34, since Rule 34, of course, it would
That
be
works, too.
symmetrical.
69.34.
420.
I remember that on the first, or I think it was the first of these, Carl Sailor said, "I haven't even given this chap any money. I want my money back."
I mean, yeah.
Well, you know, time is priceless. So
Yeah.
hmm
I just forgot how like absolutely the worst lecturer he is.
I've done some boring magic
He's just-
lectures.
he's
He's
just
pulling
nervous,
that
dude.
boring.
He's just nervously
Yeah.
wandering up and down and like ruining his sentences, which, you know, I mean, I'm kind of doing, but like not nearly as bad as he does. Like, what did
Also,
he?
he's hella narcissistic. That's the
It's like-
worst thing you can be
You're-
in a lecturer is narcissistic.
You're well. The thing is, you're not getting paid for this. Oh wait,
Exactly.
never mind. Sorry, I shouldn't have told him that.
like the weird thing is when like reading through
Wait,
Fire
it's-
Cannot Kill a Dragon, it's kind of like watching the rise of Skywalker. Like it's so blisteringly stupid that it's kind of engaging. This is just like the Snyder cut. It's boring, dreary, bland bullshit.
And annoying
mean-
how incompetent it is.
I
It's
never,
about as it's about as bad.
I haven't finished either. The so I can't confirm if that's true or not.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Snyder Cut. But
Although I
Don't.
probably
It's crap.
okay,
I mean,
saw how much
it
it
is-
killed you guys. So
I don't have any interest to it.
We
Yeah,
have
no, it-
we have a review stream on Dun's channel.
Just watch
Hey.
that.
Yeah, that's more entertaining than the movie.
Just put it on both at the same time.
the
So you
best
can
part
hear
is to
your
enjoy. You
stuff.
don't even have to listen to what the synopsis was because I didn't.
Well,
So
the thing is, our review is actually shorter than the movie, and our thing is 3 hours.
Isn't the movie 3 hours
The
too?
movie's
4.
4 hours.
Why would you want to watch a superhero movie that's that long? That's not fun.
I mean, I can conceptually understand it if it needed to be that long.
Like, wasn't
But it doesn't.
the vanilla version of Batman versus Superman about that long? Because I remember falling asleep in
The
theaters.
vanilla version of Batman v Superman was 2.5 hours, I
Yeah.
think.
I think I fell asleep through half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably move on from the Snyder Cut, which, boring as it is still a more interesting topic than this.
Yeah.
Uh,
So your teacher said, "Give me a math tutor." You said to your mom, "Dad, I need a math tutor," or maybe they tell you you need a math tutor. So you get a math tutor. Then you work through it. You work through it. You work through it until you get good
Did
at
I
it.
hear a laughter from
Maybe
the
when you
crowd?
got to university
Yes,
level calculus, you gave up, right? Like me. But you know, if I wanted to put my mind to it, I could figure that out, and that's just a part of getting good at anything. Put your mind to it and figure it out. But what's good about
I
this?
haven't seen any.
what?
Is there an actual audience? Because I haven't seen any.
Yeah, there is because someone recorded this.
Yeah, we don't see the audience, but we know they're there in a weird way.
They're like Schrodinger's audience.
Schrodinger's audience, exactly. That's pretty on point, actually.
That's pretty deep.
Let's just keep,
Material. Your emotions is the subject of the inquiry. Your emotions. Who's the expert on your emotions? You.
No.
There's no one else who knows more about your emotions than you do. So you're the best source for that.
Am I?
No,
Did I
The
miss
professionals just
between
work with what you give them.
Matt?
It's like, how are we the experts on our emotions?
because
It's like
we're
talking
the
about-
ones experiencing them, I guess. Sorry, Becca, I cut you off. Go for it.
No worries. It's just like, how does that connect to the maths thing? I think I missed something. I don't get it.
Yeah, this guy's just rambling.
He doesn't know what he's
yeah, what
talking about. What a surprise.
Yeah. Well, we could kind of just let it play since we're 20 minutes in, and we're only 3 minutes in. Into the
Yeah.
video.
And it's up to that. It's really up to you how much you give them, and that's a major part of the therapy that the clinical psychologists do with you, is to unearth all the possible reasons, and they help you
Can I go
guide
back?
through
Can you go
the
back for 1
interpretation.
second?
But in most cases,
Can you go back to the clinical psychologist refusing? Okay.
He doesn't say refuse, it tries to. I
I
think.
know. I'm just.
for reasons, and they help you guide through the interpretations. But in most cases, we're not dealing with trauma. I don't think most of the guys I've seen aren't severe cases where they've been traumatized. Maybe like they were beaten as children or something.
What
I don't think
are going
that hasn't
on?
been the case. But
Maybe
if that
they
is
attended
your
a lecture
problem,
by
I
David
do
and got
suggest
traumatized by
you treat it
boredom.
seriously and you work more. You spend more time working through it.
I mean, he was talking about maths class a minute ago, so
That's traumatizing.
I was able to test out of it and only had to take 1 class in college, which I'm happy about.
Spend more time with something.
I had like science, math when I was 16, and every single lesson felt like I lost 3 years of my life.
Yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. I had to do geometry 1 year, algebra the next, and I missed algebra. I feel like, I don't know, math's stupid.
Well,
I was the token maths girl. I was the only one like near the top of the class in maths, so I got shoved into all of the STEM project things. So I just sort of reactively hated it.
yeah, I always.
Had to fight to get out.
Did anybody here love maths? It wasn't. No.
So it's like Rhaegar with fighting.
Yeah.
Anything from
I,
math.
a number of times I had to miss art class because I had to do a STEM thing.
Oh God! Oh, Red scream.
So
It was so annoying.
So Becca's alternative dimension Rhaegar Targaryen confirmed. Great.
Don't insult her like that.
Plot twist.
Anyway, let's move on with the actual point, even though this is way funnier.
Okay, we're moving on to the next section.
You don't have sections.
And here we're going to be talking about progress.
This thing's not working.
And there's this paradoxical secret power
Oh, there it
that the
goes.
rake has.
Secret power.
Paradoxical secret power.
What?
Well,
What?
please go back
That
and
as you're
start.
making progress toward the ideal over time,
All
you're
right.
still content with yourself and your progress. Isn't it interesting that you can't actually be content with where you are unless you know where you are? In other words, you need to know what the possibilities are. You need to know that it's possible for you to become a billionaire.
Shut up.
And you need to be happy. You need to decide beforehand how far, what your goal is, how far you want to take it, and then set your pace, and then make sure you're on your pace. And sometimes the goals that you set are unrealistic, or maybe they're too small, the goals. But whatever it is, you set the goals, and you determine the pace, and you have to be happy with the progress. The key is contentment. But that doesn't mean that it's just a passive contentment, where you're okay with the way things are, you're not going to improve. You always must keep improving.
Platitude.
It's just part of life.
I'm missing
Part
where
of
the
success, part of
paradox
getting-
is. He says
Yeah,
paradox.
there isn't one.
I was waiting for the paradox explanation, and he just went off on a bloody walk down to the river. And I was like, okay,
This,
bye.
Down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way.
The singing has begun.
You know it's going to be a good stream when Dunn starts singing the same song 3 times.
the subtitle said something about Corsica being paradoxical, but I didn't quite catch what it was.
Maybe it's
Okay.
like you set goals but so the times they're unrealistic, and sometimes, but you have to be content with not achieving them. Maybe that's the paradox. I don't know.
But what has Corsica to do with? But what has Corsica to do with it?
It's a good question.
And what does getting laid 12 times a week have to do with it?
So, well, maybe you bore the women to death, and okay, never mind.
So basically so it's basically necrophilia at this point.
Oh dear.
Of course you
Yeah.
went there. Of course you went there.
So
Why wouldn't
it's,
you?
well, it's murder by boredom, and then necrophilia.
Dunchep, you're revolting.
Yes, I am. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Apparently, it is possible to get pregnant by necrophilia.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that.
No
This is not the
comment.
time out to play this.
Politely
scared.
going out.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Ah.
I think we needed that.
You were saying, Becca, I'm sorry, I think I cut you off by accident.
Oh, I was saying politely, may we move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
What you want in life. But that doesn't mean that you're not happy until you get that thing. All the psychology studies have shown that the real happiness lies not in attaining the goal or the prize. It lies in the getting of it, the progress towards it. That most of the time when it's a worthy goal, by the time you get to it, you don't even want it that bad anymore.
So
Now you're looking at the next thing beyond it, or maybe you're just enjoying what came before it, what led up to it, and you're soaking up that. So the paradoxical secret power of the rake is that while
The rake is bad.
Oh, that's the secret power of the rake. Oh, this is so deep.
Paradoxical secret power of the rake is to be content with things.
the paradoxical secret power of the rake is that when you are progressing towards something, you feel good about it. Oh my god, doing things and achieving stuff makes you feel good? I never realized this. Oh my god, what? I needed this my whole life.
I'm blown.
So if I just keep improving as a writer, I'll be able to get tail. Is that what he's basically saying?
I mean,
You might. Some women find writers that turn on. You might.
Oh my god, that was like the paradoxical secret power of the rake was a thing that he said.
Yes. The Holy Rake is gaining more and more powers. It's like the secret Ark of the Covenant or something.
He didn't even have, he
the
didn't
rake
even
and the
have
siren be blessed.
the courtesy to just say that and then go.
I want someone to
That's
violate the rake now.
Don't. The rake.
Hell.
The Rake never did anything to you. Well, we
No,
can
not
use
to
the
me,
Rake.
but probably to a lot of other people.
He was just
we
using
can
his
use.
paradoxical secret powers, you know.
Yeah, we could just use the Rake to prop up Mr. David in a very specific way.
Yes, no comment. Hell.
I'm sure like considering like he's talking out of his bunghole so much, it must be large enough to accommodate a rake.
Well, I mean, no comment, but raccoons. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, raccoon. Yeah, definitely.
No
Yeah,
comment.
actually, a rake wielding a raccoon. That or a raccoon wielding a rake. Well, either one.
Rake wielding a raccoon.
Raccoon.
Rake-coon. Yes.
The rake is like the stick insect from Bug's Life, and it's got a raccoon.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, very much unlike this thing that we still have to watch.
Yeah. Well, we're 5 minutes in and 29 and 30 minutes in. 5 minutes. It's taking us 5. We're about 5 minutes in. It's taking us 30 minutes. We're doing okay.
you're still content with where you are in your progress. But this assumes that you have knowledge of how you should be, right? Because that's about progress, right? You need to know where you're supposed to be progressing towards. So you need to know how you should be feeling to calibrate how you are currently feeling. So remember the beginner's example, right? Oh my God, I'm so nervous. You say, oh, I'm so nervous, but I know I'm not supposed to be nervous. I'm supposed to be like the cool, calm, and collected guy who's really confident, giving you a good time, but oh my God, you're just so beautiful, I can't think. And if that's the honest feeling, let that out. The desire is what drives her desire. Your desire for her is what drives her desire for you.
Okay. So
So notice the calibration there. It's not just, I'm really nervous, oh, woe is me. Feel sorry for me, please. That's not how it works. It's, I am nervous, but I know I should be confident. But I'm not, damn it. Right. So we have to know what you should be like. Let's talk about that. I've been referring it to the ideal, the capital I ideal. Now I'm going to be going to that in more detail so you know what you should be like. So you can always calibrate against that. The ideal man. The ideal man is
The
describing...
ideal Megan.
The ideal Megan.
Yes. That should be like Becca's like sigil or something on her
Please
banner. Oh.
Should
Yes.
we hear social? I'm sorry.
A raccoon with a rake in one hand with a banner waving on it, and a
I can draw
pan in
it,
the
but
other one.
it would take a while.
Have a moment. I'm trying to do something,
Hold on.
but I'm
Oh.
running into technical things.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We
Where?
need. I want that as my avatar.
Do you mind if it's
Space-
like really simple?
Okay. Space Junk, I need you to. I will pay you $30 if you are able to.
All right.
Oh no! Now there are two of them.
Oh no.
Have a moment. Sorry.
No.
The fun has been doubled.
Yes.
I can't do a voice with my mouth full.
I was
So-
doing something. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, Space Junk, please, in your signature style, do a raccoon holding a pan and holding a rake like a spear in one hand and a pan in the other. That would be awesome.
I've got
Please.
one for you in a moment. Oh, why is it not coming up? I hate this.
Please.
stupid thing.
Please do that. I think it would be awesome. I will totally drop another $30 on you. I know, like, once I finish with the contract, you'll get your $60 for the awesome Dragon Blaster cover.
Uh,
Cover.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my raccoon rake thing with you, but I'm running into technical difficulties.
Oh god.
Cool.
But
I'll drop 30.
Hey.
don't wait on me. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah.
If I can.
Alrighty. So apparently we're going to learn the ideal man from a guy who, according to the two ladies in the chat,
No.
is incapable of getting women.
No. We're going to discover the ideal Megan, you see.
And what
The ideal Megan
majority
is apparently a
of
man.
women throughout human history
What
have
the?
considered to be attractive, what they find attractive, emotionally attractive.
What? Okay, pause.
And this
please.
is based on...
What is this? Okay, pause.
Read more.
Back a little bit. Back
I
up
need
a
to read
little
this
bit.
too.
Okay.
Okay, based on evolutionary science and psychology, summarized in David Bunn's bands, I can't read that. The evolution of desire. You need wealth, some stature, ambition,
Industriousness.
physical prowess, size, strength, and health, intelligence, as reliable something of economic prowess. Women unconsciously choose men with these traits, but most of all, good feelings.
Good feelings. Well, how
Good
frickin'
feelings.
specific.
You have to be in like
Sounds like-
caps lock and bold.
Totally doesn't look like something out of a bloody preschooler's book, but good feelings.
I have the perfect clip for this, actually.
Well, that's just maddeningly unhelpful. Why are these things never clear?
That was accurate. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's keep going. More of the...
They find attractive, emotionally attractive. And this is based on, because I said throughout human history, this is based on evolutionary science
That looks
and psychology.
Shut up. Not you, him.
Because of that, it's not culture specific. I did my PhD in Asian cultures. I'm a student of cultures around the
You
world.
have a
And just
PhD?
the study of culture and the
Huge
theory of
dick,
culture.
apparently.
And
Huge dickhead.
it's an important aspect, but when we're dealing with this attraction, it's like fiddling with that remaining 3% when you haven't figured out the other 97%. It's that insignificant. Cultural variations. If you're really looking at what's important comes down to us from millions and millions of years of development that transcend any modern culture that we're given now, that we find now. A lot of the research in evolutionary psychology and evolutionary science and how it pertains to mating is summarized in a really great book by David Buss. It's a second edition that's updated.
David Buss.
Did you say David Buss?
Can we have a
Yes.
David bus, please?
David busting a nut.
The rape of David.
I'm
David
sorry.
bus.
Oh, so we're bringing that one back.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh,
It is actually a thing called David Buss, the evolutionary theory. The simple thing I'm seeing is they posts that men and women have faced different adaptive challenges throughout human history, which shape behavioral difference in males and females today. To maximize their offspring, men have adopted a short-term mating strategy of attracting and impregnating many fertile males rather than one long-term male. What?
What?
My
Oh my
head
God.
just
Wait, what?
Okay.
the fuck,
what?
dude.
What?
I'm kind of
Wait,
following you.
impregnating multiple short-term males instead of one long-term. Wait, what?
Huh?
I don't know.
All right. I guess that means I can have many husbands.
I
Many
think that,
husbands.
And they can have your kids.
I think that Crow would object to that.
I know.
but-
I'm not. I'm joking. Obviously, I couldn't deal with another husband. He couldn't deal with another wife.
She's got her fingers crossed behind her back.
Well, come on. They can have like these amazing orgies all over your house.
Polyamory.
Ooh. Sounds delightful.
Anyway, I think we'll continue.
Yeah.
The evolution of desire.
I
David Buss
finally
is
did it.
a very well-known senior psychologist. And in chapter 2, I believe, he talks about what women want. That's, in fact, the name of the chapter, What Women Want. And he summarizes a mountain of studies on this, what women want. And there have been more and more studies on this since then. And they're pretty much saying the same thing, just coming at it from different angles. The general consensus
like your
is
book-
that women want wealth and status. Oh, surprise. Okay, you already knew that. They want wealth and status. They want ambition and industriousness too. Because while wealth and status bring power and freedom and security, you need to have ambition and industriousness, hardworking, to ensure that you hold on to that wealth and status, that you don't get lazy and lose it. Right? So that makes sense, right? In addition, there's the fourth, physical prowess, like size, strength, and health, vitality. Right? And this is another form of power. And lastly, intelligence, because intelligence throughout human history has been a reliable predictor of economic prowess, of how much money you're going to amass.
This
So
sounds like
women
too
are looking
much.
out for these things unconsciously. They unconsciously choose men with wealth, status, ambition, hardworking, physical prowess, and intelligence. That's just the way it is. So you're thinking, oh shit, it's over. How am I supposed to compete
Dang.
in a country like Singapore, where 14% of people or households are millionaires? Is it households or individuals? Anyway, it's just some.
You don't know your own logic and the place where you're
concentration
born
of
and
millionaires.
from.
Yeah.
How can I
Okay,
compete on wealth and status? Or even if you are,
okay,
a millionaire,
mate.
Prostration
14%
UHV. What?
What? God.
Oh my god, this chap is so pathetic.
It also, like, I mean, he's doing the thing where he's like talking. Oh my God. It's the thing. I remember this. Jesus Christ. The arts.
Did you draw this quickly?
Pretty quickly, yeah.
I love it. I don't know, the purple paint and then the people. I love everything about it.
I did like maybe a couple of minutes to do it.
Oh man, I would have
pretty
drawn, but
good.
I don't want to drag the tablet out that I still barely know how to use.
It's not quite as good as the gigantic tittied lady that Bozo is apparently like lusting after. So
The Bozo art is indeed.
I mean, the big bazongas, yeah, you gotta lust for those. I found his Twitter too, and I'm deeply concerned by it.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
It's the same. I swear, he's got like the same picture. It's like, how can this person be real and not real acting at the same time?
he's like
I mean,
it's like he's a robot.
Yeah, I'm concerned David is a robot.
He's
thing
a
is, right-
Terminator. He's a Terminator brought up backward in time, but instead of killing people, he's trying to make it so that men don't reproduce with women, so that the species will die out.
The thing is, it's annoying as well because he's touching on this thing that's almost true in that, generally speaking, girls are kind of be slightly more looking for security than a guy is necessarily. That is a thing, and that's what he's sort of dancing around. But he's saying it in such like a kind of concrete category kind of way that it's like that's not what it only means. It's just like he does that with basically everything. To be fair, thus the entirety of this thing is like I'm going to put things in weird little boxes that it doesn't fit into instead of going. It's complicated, but this is the direction you want to go into. It's just, dude.
I'm just.
Excuse me,
I'm
that was
just
very
sad.
gross.
I'm just sad that White isn't here to yell.
I'm happy that he isn't. He shouldn't need to suffer.
He would probably be going.
I've had 5. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and fuck off with that question!
I was very confused. I actually wasn't looking for a second. I thought David actually said that.
Oh, there's something from the chat. Good God, how did this doofus even pass grade preschool? How did he get a flipping PhD at
Because
CT?
he worked really hard in maths class.
So
Let's
math,
just continue.
the math is what turns ladies on, is it?
I guess.
It definitely does not turn on the
Millionaires just
ladies
like
in
you.
this chat for sure.
Wealth and
They're kind of
status,
weird,
ambition.
though.
Well, I suppose I can work really hard. I can always outsweat somebody else. But size and strength and health, man, there's always going to be somebody else out there who's better than me at that. And intelligence, well,
There's
you know,
always been someone that's better
I'm
than you
all
at
right.
anything. Jesus, what is that
but
kind of
there are
attitude?
always kids who are smarter. What am I going to do? Understand this. The reason why she likes all of those things, the reason why a woman wants wealth, a woman wants power, a woman wants status,
Yep,
ambition,
now I want power to end
intelligence,
this, but I
physical
can't.
power. The reason why she wants all of those things is because they ensure for her and her offspring what?
What if we don't want offspring?
Yeah, survival and replication. Okay, but beyond that, so this is something new, maybe for those who are in evolutionary psychology. It's not just about the genes, because pure survival isn't so nice.
Pause this, please.
That's survival is the basic necessity.
Like, you can go through evolutionary psychology and explain where all the impulses come from, if you really want to. But that's not really going to help in the short term. It's not going to help for you to sit there and, like, abstract it all and sit there and go, this is why, at a base level, we act in the way we do. That's not... It's just... If you're interested in that, do that. But it's not going to help you right now.
So essentially, what he's trying to do is, hey, get her horny with biology. That's how she'll want to drag you to the bathroom.
So
Yeah, biology makes me really bothered.
yeah,
I was like, how can I say this without sounding...
Okay.
Even if she is a biologist, she's probably not going to want to talk about work, so...
evolutionary psychology. Yeah.
I'm gonna mute
Oh
myself.
God, help me.
Oh dear, Crow's home, and he's helping his wife get through this with his tongue.
Done,
What a
chap.
terrible person.
Behave.
Please.
No.
Oh, dear.
Behave. Be a good boy. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, women want wealth. 112 is what it said in the subtitles. A few
I swear the
pages.
subtitles just pathologically hate that they're attached to him, so they're just playing around with the lols because they don't want to kill themselves.
Help!
The poor subtitles, we must save them. We must liberate them.
Oh, get away words. Get away words.
Words are
Words.
for grade are for
Words.
8th grade book reports.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, they
words.
are. You're
Miss-
right.
Yeah, words. Yeah, words.
You get the fuck away from here!
So did you like it? Did you like it?
And just one more thing before we start again. Space junk. What? That
Yeah,
pretty much
that's
sums
my,
up.
it's my emotion right now.
Yeah.
sums
We are
up the
making
whole
good time
thing.
though. We are making good time though. We're 10 minutes in, 46
Okay.
minutes. Yay.
What else? What is she really getting at? She's not. Here's a way to survive. I'll hook you up to an IV and put you in a hospital bed. Hey, you're surviving.
Shut up.
In fact, I'll help you replicate too. We'll impregnate you. Is that a good life?
What are you
Is that what
talking?
she
He
wants?
doesn't even understand
She's
what
like,
he's
yeah, I'll
talking
take
about
that.
anyway.
Would you rather have 100 years of that life in a hospital bed hooked up to an IV so you're always alive and you get impregnated so you pass on your genes?
Oh,
What?
Or would you rather have
What?
20
Yeah,
years
pregnancy
fuck?
test.
lived to the fullest? Maybe 30 years. 40 years. Once you get to 50, I think you're seeing the appeal of that.
I'm
What is
totally
it that's
concerned. I
really
don't
at
know what I
stake
just
in
heard.
life?
I like.
Okay.
I have
Good
a
feelings.
passing interest.
We're looking
in
for
biology.
happiness. We want to live a life full of passion. Well, not
What is
everybody,
this?
but everybody wants happiness, right? They want to.
depends on the passion. I don't think I would like. I don't think that either me or my wife would like to have sex 24/7. That would get exhausting after a while.
It hurts after a while too. People don't acknowledge that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No comment.
Yeah, I imagine you're really sore because of how your body is moving.
You're sore and also a lot of friction with the body parts.
Yes,
It's
we won't
it's
go-
basically a workout, let's just say.
So
Like,
And after you have your fun, you just kind of don't want to be touched for a while. I don't know if that's all I'm going to say. My husband's going to kill me for saying stuff like that. I'm getting really red in the face saying it too.
wouldn't it be
I'll
a
just
riot?
shut up.
oh, it's hilarious. No,
Wouldn't
this
it-
is hilarious.
Wouldn't it be a riot if the students just couldn't take anymore and just revolted against him and and gagged him or tied him up or something?
That sounds like the best mutiny that ever happened.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
They'd want to feel the really the good feelings for what? Let's back up like 5 seconds and let's get some context.
Full of passion. Well, not everybody, but everybody wants happiness, right? They want to feel. And it's really about good feelings. For her, she wants to make sure that she has enough money so that she can buy things so that she can be happy.
So
When a
money
woman
is
sees a
good
rich
for
man, they
women.
don't think, oh, hot, sexy. They think,
Oh,
yay,
sexy.
shopping. They start thinking about all the bags they can buy.
Yeah, that's my default emotion.
That brings
Yeah,
in
that's
good
not.
feelings. Buying a bag.
What's the word I'm looking for? That's not sexist. Like all
bag?
women like shopping. My bag's a
Not
freaking.
even-
I don't care about like material things. Sometimes
I mean,
I don't care about like
don't know
material things like designer bags or anything. My bag that I carry everywhere is a freaking galaxy print bag with pins and Luna and Artemis from Sailor Moon as patches on there. I don't care about designer bags. I'm not gonna be like, get me some Gucci or
Like,
things.
I'm not gonna say like any other person. Most people, at least to some degree, enjoy buying things sometimes. Shock horror, but like, don't think that that's the first thought when you meet someone somehow.
And why does he automatically go to a bag?
Like, it might be, and I think the better way to frame it as well is more that if you meet someone who has very little to their name, who is not very good with money, you know, and is probably never going to be financially secure, it's probably not a wise choice if they're not bringing anything else to the table to take that on. But that's like the extreme circumstance, you know, like it's not the same thing as that being like your primary drive.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this shit is driving me to drink again, so thanks, guys.
Oh yay, drunk
Temporary,
Becca. We're gonna have
temporary as
some
that
fun.
is, brings a shot of good feelings.
A shot of good feelings.
Overseas, lavish vacations or something, bring good feelings. Right, a nice dinner around the table with friends brings good feelings. And that's what really is driving it. So if you know that deep down at the very bottom of it all, what's supporting all of those traits is that they hold the promise through millions of years, they hold the promise of giving good feelings, then why don't you just give the good feelings?
How?
And that's
By
the secret of
doping
the
her
rake.
up?
There are rakes throughout history who have been poor. There are rakes who have no title, no
But you were
status.
talking about
They're amazing
I
seducers.
knew.
Right? Because what they give are good feelings.
I'm sorry, Niall.
And then maybe a woman won't marry him because he can't support her or her family or her children. Or maybe she'll
I
support
have
him.
myself muted.
But she'll want to. She would wish that she could be with him because he's giving her all these good feelings. Because that's what really life is about. Happiness, fulfillment, passion, excitement. What are all of those things? Feelings. Good feelings.
So what was that whole spiel about? This is what women want.
So if
and
the
then he
ultimate
goes,
value
So what was that pointless tangent about biology steps?
Women want wealth and status, but actually they want good feelings. What are you talking about?
Is he saying that like women can't be satisfied?
I think he's almost stepping on like the kind of, so like you've got like the kind of dichotomy that, at least in like fiction, it kind of turns into like the bad boy versus like the stable choice, you know, that kind of, you know, when you have your lovely love triangles, those tend to be the two that you're roughly basing on, which do come from real life. And so you have the one that's the short term and you have the one that's the long term. And I think he's kind of touching on them, but he's not highlighting that you do one or you do the, you know, not in like concrete terms, but if you lean on one or you lean on the other, you're either going to go for something that lasts or you're going to go for something that is not going to last. So, and he's like, well, if you can't do the thing that lasts, just throw it all out the window. That's kind of what he's saying, but in a really confused way, and he doesn't really know what he's saying.
The Dracula versus Jonathan Harker principle.
Yeah, basically. And he's saying, just be Dracula. Why not?
Or the paint drying versus David principle.
Yeah, the paint drying is the infinitely better drawing.
And then you got Twilight.
Where they're both bad.
Twilight is glorious, okay?
It is glorious.
It kind of is, yeah.
It is glorious. It is gloriously hilarious.
It's just, it makes me happy.
It is. It's one of those movies you can definitely laugh at now. But I will say one thing about Twilight that I've always liked is the music. Music's freaking good.
Yeah.
Well,
You're like my own.
was like a big Muse fan, so there's a lot of Muse.
Didn't Alexander the Plot make the music for those movies?
I don't know.
What's a better line? I have crossed oceans of time to find you, or you're like my own personal brand of heroin.
The second one is so iconic.
Give me that heroin.
God.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew you guys would say that. You're biased. Hashtag can't.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack for Twilight New Moon was composed by Alexander the Plot.
Fair enough.
Lovely.
I just remember there was this whole thing that Stephanie Meyer was a big Muse fan, and the band got asked to do songs, well, to have some of their songs in the film, but also to do songs for the Twilight series. And they were like, yeah, vampire film. We're going to be in a horror film. And then they were like, oh.
Wait. Howard Shore composed for Twilight Eclipse?
Oh my god.
Howard Shore?
Howard Shore, Lord of the Rings.
I know him, yes.
I was gonna say I was gonna say my favorite Paramore song actually comes from the Twilight soundtrack. I really think Decode is a very solid sound for them. Like, I love it.
Oh, I haven't listened to that in years.
I know. I'm going to listen to it. I mean, plus Haley looks beautiful on it too. Big talk.
And then
the
Carter
white
Burwell returned from the first movie to do Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Breaking Dawn is the best experience. But I never saw them back when like they were a thing because I was just like sick of seeing it around, and then I watched them on like a complete whim, and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. And I messaged my friend who we used to we'd watch them back in the day, and I was like, we need to binge the Twilight films now.
I remember when it was like
part
really
1 or part
popular.
2? Part 1 or part 2?
I watched them back to back, and I was just like, this shit is incredible. That moment when like in the dream sequence, this is what will come to pass moment, and Carlisle's head gets ripped off. Oh my god, I was crying.
That'd be the funniest moment. I remember when it was like a really big deal, and I would watch the MTV Movie Awards for all reasons. And I remember they had I think it was Eclipse. That's the one where they had like the honeymoon and stuff, right?
Oh, no, yeah, where they.
I remember they were showing a scene, and obviously all the fangirls were about freaking out because they're like, "Ooh, they're having a sex scene." And Edward broke the bed, and I cried laughing. I'm like,
I'll tell you what,
dude.
I don't know how I remember the book this well, but Breaking Dawn's weirdly accurate, at least in the first half of it, because that's Breaking Dawn Part 1. I know these things. I haven't seen Breaking Dawn Part 1 or 2. I just seen the first 3 because I have, but I do know there's one. Is in Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just know that there's one scene. I had to find it, but it's like Bella gets upset because Jacob imprinted on a thing and called her Ness. Like, you named my daughter after a Loch Ness monster or something. It's just ridiculously like there.
That's ripped straight out of the book, and I remember reading it and just crying. I was a young teenager at the time, and even then it was like, I can't cope with this life.
It's in the book. I'm deeply concerned.
There's a lot of lines fly straight out of the book, particularly in Breaking Dawn for some reason.
Or Michael Sheen clearly having the time of his life, not giving a crap.
Glorious. He was so much fun.
That would be a really good like Halloween kind of thing. Just watch all of them back to back.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Can we maybe move on?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll be here forever.
It was good feelings. And attraction, love, desire, arousal, affection. Guess what? They're all feelings too. And 99% of people.
Do you need me to read this again?
No shit, Sherlock.
Oh my
All
God,
right. Ultimate value, good feelings. Love, attraction, love, desire, arousal, affection are all feelings.
No shit, Sherlock.
Of people do not know how to control their feelings. Be the man who gives her good feelings. Undercut the bigger, better deal who competes an unconventional factor of wealth, status, and looks. So, good feelings is the one we're learning today.
Wait, attraction, love, desire, arousal, affection are all feelings. I don't know if I can grasp this. This is like, my mind is blown. The world is turned inside out. I just can't even cope.
They don't know how to control their feelings. Why do you think most people are not achieving the success that they want? Now, in this case, this is not a self-help seminar. I'm not going to teach you how to make $1 billion because I haven't made that. I don't know. But in this case, with dating, with love and attraction and arousal, the key is to be the man who gives her the good feelings. Be the man who gives her the good feelings. And by doing that, you undercut the bigger, better deal. Don't compete. The bigger, better deal, in my lingo, is the guys who are better than you on the conventional standards. Wealth, status, looks. Don't compete there. You want to make sure that you have the most of that because, yeah, those are conducive to giving you good feelings, right? Although, people say money doesn't buy happiness. Well, up to a certain level, it does. I think the latest research shows that if you have $60,000 a year, you're that much more happier than everyone else. I think it's beyond that number. It really tails off. But whatever that number is, up to a certain point, it does. I mean, if you don't have enough money to buy the next meal, you're not going to be so happy. Right? So at the minimum level, you need some money to be happy.
Wait, what a bunch of absolutely no shit statements he's giving off right now.
Jump straight from
Okay.
the feelings thing right back to the wealth thing.
Crowboy needs to give
In
me
one
money
sentence.
and
What-
lots of
what are you-
things.
Christ's sake. Keep on point, boy.
Keep on point, boy.
I'm taking this person seriously as a man. I'm so sorry.
Oh, so people are telling me in the Smudcast crew discussion to cover Cracked how America accidentally invented the Nazis.
Oh,
Oh god.
not cracked.
40K, what?
Cracked were the Cracked. They were the ones who hosted Maggie Mae Fish's How George Lucas with the prequels and Obi-Wan
Cracked
cutting
used to be
Anakin, right?
okay. I remember
yeah,
when
I used to watch Cracked way back as like kind of mindless fandom stuff. It was quite.
yeah, it was quite okay. That was like one of the first like little openly nerdy things if you weren't
It was,
looking
it was a
directly.
little bit too like extrovertedly nerdy, if that makes sense for me. So I would get overwhelmed with it a little bit too quickly, and I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna go read a book. But but there was some funny stuff,
You're one of the people who've definitely fallen hard. Like, who are the people who do the honest trailers? People,
Oh,
Screen
Oh,
Junkies.
Screen Junkies.
Screen
Their
Junkies, same kind of
debates.
same kind of vibe. They used to be pretty
Their
good, but now they've
debates
been.
suck. Their debates
But
are
they-
terrible.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
middle level news? What is middle level news, I should say?
I watched their like Hobbit debate, and it's just like the guy arguing against the Hobbit was coming up with such pathetic arguments for why they're bad. It's just I like the Hobbit movies, and I can come up with better reasons for why they have deep-rooted flaws. Come on.
Oh.
Anyway,
Let's
Middle
keep
level
going.
news.
Having status
don't know
really
what
helps
that
in being
means.
happy.
Oh
And
damn!
the research also shows the more good-looking you are, the more symmetrical your face, and the more healthy your features,
What was
the
that?
happier you are, right?
What
if
the
your life is full of health, you'll be happier.
I'm
Those
tempted to
things
get a
help.
face
Get those.
symmetrical thing on
But
his
they're
face.
not necessary.
I'm tempted. I'm doing it.
Why
Wait,
are
what's
you
that?
going into biology? Yeah, okay. Like, stop it.
Wait,
It's not helpful.
is Maggie guesting on this episode of Cracked? What?
Oh.
On
All
the
right,
episode of
yeah.
Cracked?
oh
Oh.
no.
Okay,
Oh.
keep going.
necessary. You can get good feelings without them. They help, but they're not necessary. And here is the big secret for the rake. The shortcut to good feelings is through activating her emotions by feeling the emotions intensely in yourself. That's the emotional activation system.
God, we're back to this.
Oh,
The shortcut to giving good feelings.
emotional activation
That's
system.
all things that I do. I try to keep sight of the goal. So the goal here is the ideal man. And you're going to need that goal when you're at the beginning stages to calibrate your inappropriate feelings. Now, you're going to feel weak. You're going to feel vulnerable.
Oh my
you're gonna
gosh,
feel
it
insecure.
is.
There's going to be all these weaknesses. You're going to feel
Oh my
needy,
gosh, it is.
right? That's just where you are. It's not
Oh my gosh, it is.
All right, they're done.
It's Maggie talking about how America accidentally created the Nazis.
Oh no,
Nutties.
that sounds like hell.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going with this. Thankfully, we can just kind of let this play through. He's not really saying anything like stupid. He's mostly
going to
just
help so much
boring.
to pretend like you're not, because it's going to come through your mirror neuron. She's going to pick it up in her amygdala, and you're screwed. No verbal game can cover it. And you can't micromanage all of that. Your facial mannerisms, your twitching and everything. It's too hard. You can do it for maybe 5 minutes, and then you're going to fry your brain. So instead, you need to calibrate with the character of the ideal man. All right, here we go. The ideal man. There are 5 traits. The ideal man, through his character, gives her good feelings. So if you understand his character, it will help you understand how he would feel in any situation.
Didn't you already talk about
just like
this
that old,
a little bit ago?
Slow.
Oh,
But
yeah.
a man of character would not be going in for this thing in the first place, because a man of character is not going to try to seduce 49 women.
But
I'm scared what he's going to say about this slogan. What would Jesus do? I'm scared what we're going to have next.
God, no. Oh,
my
God, no.
What?
Mackie
not gonna go
McFish
there.
face.
Oh, please.
Ugh. Excuse me.
Let's
I'm
keep
being really
going.
gross right now. I'm being very unladylike, and I care, but I don't care.
Slogan from the Christians, what would Jesus do? I guess
Shut
it's do,
up.
not feel. WWJD,
Do you know,
WWJ.
whoa, what?
WWIMF. IMF.
What are you going?
What are you talking
All
about?
right, they're
Can we
fine.
rewind that? Just I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
please rewind that. I have no
You need
idea.
to break
Really
off confidence into 2. So
Can you
confidence
rewind a
is
bit,
1 and 2.
please?
There are 2 kinds of confidence. But first, I'm going to talk about confidence as a global concept.
All right, maybe I'll
Confidence.
get it on the rewatch then.
Why is confidence attractive? Because if you're confident, it shows her that you can get the job done. Right? You're dependable, you're stable. She can depend on you. It shows that you can handle bad situations in life.
He's actually
It
explaining.
shows you can
why-
provide for her and her family. So let's say you're driving down this road and it's rainy or snowy and it's really scary for most people to drive, and you're really confident, no big deal, I got this. Right. What does she infer from that? She infers that you must be experienced. You must have experience driving like this. She also infers
Okay, I was gonna
competence.
say,
You must
what do you
know what
mean?
you're doing. Because naturally that comes through, right? Through competence and experience, you naturally get confidence. But let's say you get a situation where, let's say you lose your job and you have maybe 3 months of savings for your household. She's freaking out, but you're confident. You're like, don't worry, it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen. What does that show her? She can freak out, right? Because she's not the
It shows her that
the
you
masculine figure.
It shows that you're not scared of her. Just talk to her. It's not that difficult.
I'm scared of this.
But the mask figure kind of freak out. What is this, a horror movie? Is this Scream? Is this a
It
secret,
could
like,
be.
is this a secret origins of the Scream bad guy?
I
You
forgot his
know-
freaking name. Shit. I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of their name.
Ghostface?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen Scream. I've just seen reviews, and I know that like Ghostface is kind of just a parody of like
All the slashers.
every slasher that's ever existed.
Whenever we pause, we go off topic.
I
Yeah,
wonder if there's
let's-
a pattern here.
Well, the thing is, the subtitles are just weird.
To be fair, yeah.
That's the best part, is the subtitles make it more interesting.
Yeah, that's the best
Yeah.
part, but we keep skipping over them, and then we pause, but then when we pause, we go totally off topic.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's
You don't have
back
to keep
up a little
going,
bit.
just
Yeah. Well,
Second thoughts, Byron.
we're making good time. We're 20 minutes in after a few hours. After only an hour. That's good. Pretty good.
yeah, we don't
Not
really
no
need
time.
The masculine figure can freak out.
we don't need to rush
Because if
all
you freak
that
out,
much.
it shows that you're not dependable, that you cannot handle situations in life, that you can't actually be dependent on for her and her family. Okay, so confidence shows her you can get the job done. You're not going to freak out. You know this is going to be okay. You know it's going to work out in the end because you trust
Okay,
yourself
so
and your
office
own
shows.
abilities.
And you can't find any of this out from just a simple self-help book that costs $5 at your local dollars. $5 at your local bookstore.
You don't even have to buy it. You can go to the library. You can probably find one online that's better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this should be just intuitive knowledge that you learn in like just basic interactions with other people.
And
I have poor social skills, and I can get that.
and is this really going to help me? Like, is this going to help me get all those girls?
Oh, lovely! We're being graced with Marlon Brando from Godfather.
Is that what that was? Is that who's channeling me just now? I wasn't
Another
sure.
accent, guys.
Oh, shall I keep going with that? Oh, now I need to bring it back.
Oh no! Oh god! I shouldn't have said it, should I? Oh no! Oh no! Let's stop.
Shun the non-believer, Charlie. We must
Oh,
have
this is
purity of belief.
When...
That is a good question. A soak office? What exactly is a soak office?
That sounds like another alternate name for a bathroom. Hey, I want to go to the soak office.
I was thinking just there's a room that's a 365 degree water and soap dispenser, and you just put women in it and watch.
Sounds like a torture chamber.
That is a description of a thing that you've just created.
I don't want to. I just. Both me and Becky went,
We don't need your fantasies, Daniel.
Yeah,
You know you have a disturbed mind done, but I'm not sure that we need to share in it.
Jackson done, probably not.
Well, it depends on
That
what
is
the
no
British accent
fun.
is. Well, it depends on what the British accent is.
Also,
I can do a relatively. I can do a good Cockney accent. I think.
you really can't.
Yeah, I thought he got.
Also,
Then I'm broken.
I take objection in the term British accent. That is a category of accent. It is not an accent in itself, because under that category comes the Scottish accent too, which is nothing like anything you're going to find near where Cockney is spoken.
Oh, you got this Scottish accent. Oh, I'm CrossFit Shrek.
You sound like a drunk Shrek.
Yep.
So I'm CrossFit Shrek.
Was that meant to sound Scots?
Yeah.
I think the roaches in my apartment can do better Scots accents than that. No offense.
I'm very deeply.
I dare you to try to Welsh.
Oh, you got to get that fat bastard accent in, or else it's not a good Scottish accent. I'm probably screwing it up, and I don't care.
Drooling.
That was horrifying. But you want anything to trigger the Scots. So.
Oh, well, there goes your Scottish fan base. They're like, they're just mocking us. I'm out.
Die, Brichtlord, die, Brichtlord, done, die.
That's compared to that, not that bad, to be fair.
You know
Not
Well, I do believe.
Scottish accents, but still.
Well, I do believe we're about to be indulging in a fair bit of boredom with this
Let's
video.
just keep going.
Boredom therapy. That's what this is. Boredom therapy.
Yeah, let's keep going.
You're going to work through this. There are two ways that confidence is manifested. One is easygoing confidence. Easygoing confidence. So an easygoing man is not uptight or anxious. Okay, not uptight or anxious. So if she's 15 minutes late, he doesn't go, "You respect my time."
You will respect my authority.
Because I'm late all the time. Do you respect my time? And I'm like, sorry, I'm not a girl. But I have had guys come up to me and say, "Look, she keeps flaking on me." Really? Like 5 times? Yeah, she flakes. She's 15 minutes late every time. You call that flaking? You don't have much experience with hot girls, do you?
Wow.
Holy shit. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Okay.
Becca, you're a hot girl. Like I imagine, like this is par for the course for you. At least I think you're hot. You definitely have an
All women
attractive
are hot.
blast.
All men are hot.
Okay. Well, this is happening. I'll have everyone know that I am terminally an hour early to literally everything. So fuck off.
Yeah, I can empathize with that.
I get legit pissed when people are 5 minutes early because I call it late. So
Don't be uptight, it says.
A tight what? A tight fit? What are we, Walder Frey territory here?
No?
oh god, why do you have to say that?
I don't want to know what y'all are talking about. I'm deeply concerned.
Don't be anxious. If things don't work according to plan, you planned your date. I've got 3 bounces back home. She doesn't like the second bounce. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Chill out,
Second
man.
bounce? What
Don't
are
be
you
anxious. Don't
talking
be nervous. Don't
about?
freak out just because things don't work out.
I don't want to live
You
anymore.
know what they say, the horizontal hokey pokey.
Oh my god, stop.
I think we've broken her.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I can fix it.
Can you?
I'm not sure anything can be fixed now.
Don't worry, I have spiritual healing.
At least you don't have sexual
Well, you're gonna
healing
need
like
that.
David.
I said spiritual, not sexual. What are
I
you
know. I was
taking
like,
for?
I know. I was like, unlike David, such oozes in that sexual.
Oh yeah, this pop psych, boring pop psych is just so hot. Like boring pop psych, yeah, more and more. Pardon me, brightnesses, but I can't restrain my heart. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you should be sorry. What the
I
fuck?
feel like I need to say sorry for just hearing that.
Is not life so amazing that we get to be here on this blessed day and of terrible accents?
Jinkies, I can't play with this pussy when there's a guy trying to talk about getting pussy. Okay.
No comment.
Wow, that was pretty good, Pixie.
My cat's trying to mess with me. I gave her the good catnip, and she's still being weird.
Cats are weird though. To be fair.
That is true.
Oh man, I
It's
love
sitting on
it.
our magic thingy because Dad hasn't put it up yet.
The little fur baby's being annoying. I see.
Baby girl, madam, little Miss Madam.
Trust yourself. Trust that you can take care of it. They don't take themselves too seriously either. When people poke fun at them, they laugh at themselves. They readily laugh at themselves. And they're the first to tickle at their own shortcomings. They are, however, able to discern and know when to be serious about important topics, serious topics, grave topics, and they can appreciate consequences of their actions and decisions. They're not total jackasses. But they still see the humor in everyday situations, especially when those situations involve themselves. They don't take anything
There's a
too
very
seriously
common
unless it's
comment
very, very important.
Subtitles earlier. They know
And
how to
they realize
discern
that
and
most things in life,
and oh.
it's going to work out. And worrying, and freaking out, being anxious won't help it. That's an easygoing confidence. That's an important default type of confidence. She wants to know that if you get fired from your job, you're not going to freak out all of a sudden. You're going to get it done. She wants to know that if an intruder comes to the house, you're not going to get scared and hide in the bed. You're going to believe in yourself. You go down there. Well, maybe you won't go down there, but you're going to fix it. You're going to take care of the situation.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my god, this is so deep.
Guy talking about cops is like, well, you're not going to go down there. It's like, mate.
Oh, define go down. Exactly.
No, let's not define that.
That's not what we were talking about, Dan.
That's almost certainly not what he means either, because he. That's not a strong point. Let's say that sex is not this chap's strong point.
But he's like declaring it like it's a revelation that learning to laugh at yourself is like a way to make yourself more confident. It's like, holy crap. Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty deep.
I'm pretty sure I figured it out when I was an awkward teenager. Like, you know, and I was the fucking most
Sorry, I was
loserish
muted for a
teenager
moment.
that ever existed. So if I figured it out, I think you can, Nate.
But you were a genius. The rest of us are too slow.
You're
are
too
pleb-
slow. Sorry.
We are plebs to Queen Becca.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Indeed,
Rebecca,
we
you
are.
figured out that.
Brightness, Becca.
Dear, oh dear.
I love this.
Let's do another
chat.
kind of
This
confidence.
chat's
Assertive confidence. The ideal man is not a pushover. He does not
Really?
tolerate
Let's read that
disrespect
again.
from others.
Wow, that is quite a leap.
Ozone Man is not a pushover. Arrow points to his head with caption "Not ideal man." Because hands up, who thinks this man is the biggest pushover that fucking existed?
Yeah, this guy is probably a massive pushover.
Yeah, his
You can't keep his
girlfriend
fucking
probably
words
shoves him out of
straight.
bed pretty frequently.
You know what's funny, and I don't know if this is just me, but I think it'd be funny if he was gay.
Are you telling me this chap is not the height of machismo?
Fucking compensating to the nth degree, of course.
No, the height of machismo, that's Henry Cavill.
Yes. Unironically, yes. Him or Momoa. Momoa.
But not, you're saying you don't think David is?
No.
No, I really
No.
don't think so.
Whoa,
Mr.
mind blown.
He's like the Lord of Wimps.
And it's
I've
not
been
even the right
trying to-
thing.
I've been trying to imitate him all this times in the hopes that I could eventually, Are you saying that's not going to work?
It's really not, Valerian.
Bother.
Yeah, if you follow around this guy, your life is probably going to be worthless.
I would think life is already pretty worthless. David is not helping.
That is true. That is true.
Let's keep watching. Let's see if we can
He
get more
speaks
stuff
up for
out of this.
himself, and he speaks up for those under his leadership. He's going to be friendly and cordial, so don't think that assertive means you're always like really mean to people or you're speaking really loudly or over people.
Assertive, not
Defining what
insertive.
assertive
But the ideal man will be a
Oh,
leader.
it's a bunch
He
of-
will be dominant and commanding, especially when it's important. There's an important issue. An assertive confidence is a confidence that doesn't hide behind false modesty. I know that's an important. It's a one major aspect of Confucian culture. Having a false
Confusion
modesty.
culture? That's a thing.
He has true modesty. He's not just saying, no, I'm not very good at that because his parents taught him to do that. Right? He doesn't hide behind a false modesty.
Okay.
Okay, so hiding behind false modesty. Like, how does this guy of all people distinguish false modesty from true modesty?
I don't think he has either. I'll be honest.
I don't even know how you fake modesty.
And he's not actually trying to be false modesty is when you're kind of doing modesty but to show off rather than doing it because
Okay.
Yes.
It's like a
Yeah, you're kind of saying, "Oh, look how humble I am."
Yeah, like
Hashtag humble brag.
yeah, it's like
Humble brag.
And you can tell because the point of modesty is that it's sincere and it's not a show off by definition. Like the moment you start showing off that you're modest is the moment that you're not modest. So it is really easy to spot. So I get that, but like,
It also
dude,
works.
why are you telling people not to be false modest? Like, surely if they haven't figured that shit out yet, then they really need like a fucking therapist to sit them down and teach them on a long journey, or they're not going to get it from your fucking lecture, but you mentioned it, are they?
Also, like, isn't the phrase "show off" and "modest" two completely antithetical statements? Because in order to be modest, to not show off your body, whereas with show off, you're like showing off the fact that you do look hot.
Well, I mean, like,
it's not talking. Well, it's not really talking about looks. It's talking about behavior.
I know. I know. I'm making. I'm being silly.
Yes, I'm stretching.
I know. I'm being a silly. I'm being silly.
You being
I mean,
silly
it's
baby.
basically like the difference between being a genuinely good person and the whole like virtue signaling, basically. So.
Yeah.
Instead, he believes that others, including his superiors, his seniors, want to hear his ideas. So he's going to speak up. This is something I had to learn the hard way because all through my primary school, secondary school, primary and middle mainly, I had trouble speaking up in class, even when I knew the answer. In fact, it was most of the time I knew the
Still
answer.
sounds like you do with them awkward giggles.
We have another anecdote of his dear old school days that he clearly has a lot of fucking bent up, like issues about.
Clearly.
He
Yeah.
just like bring them up, doesn't he?
He still has trouble speaking up in class even when he's the teacher.
Wow.
Supposedly.
How?
So she'd ask a question, teacher, like I already knew the answer,
Confidence
even
building.
sometimes before she finished asking the question. And I'm just like waiting
Answers
for all the
in
kids to, say their answers. And sometimes I'd have impatience because there was some racism, where I grew up and in Southern America. And so they've always they never put me in the highest class because they didn't think I could speak English. But hey, I moved there when I was 5, so give me a break. So by the time I was 7, my English was really good. But they wouldn't put me in the advanced class because I'm Chinese. So I'm sitting there at my desk because they're doing the advanced class, and she's asking this question, and the 6 advanced kids don't know the answer. So I'm sitting there. I haven't even read their book, but I'm listening because I'm right next to their table. I just blurt out answers.
Well, that's creepy.
And she realizes that my answers are actually the correct ones. So she takes my parents over, and she's like,
funny.
your son's really advanced. Yeah, thanks for noticing.
True
But because
story.
I just was, I just got into the habit of.
Yeah, true story. Totally happened.
It was also the worst fucking story.
What, this chap? Does he have any stories, even bad stories?
Like, here's the thing.
No, because he's a god, man. He has none. He's perfect.
He's a rake, man.
Yeah.
You tell anecdotes of your past and childhood that are really shit in a way that makes them not sound shit. I'm pretty sure it's basically possible to pick up anything and just turn it into something that is mildly amusing, and he's not good at that.
Maybe it's just because I had better stories, but I'm like, I imagine like I could tell way better stories than this guy. Just like,
Oh, trust
the
me,
fact
I
that
could too.
Yeah, like how I hit a car.
I'm pretty sure
on a
all of us
bike.
can.
Like when I hit a car on a bike after I crossed like 6 lanes of traffic.
Like, I'm known among the people that I know IRL for being the person who just ends up telling random stories about, like, that they go, if I told that story, like, it would be fucking dull as shit. But for some reason, you're, like, so enthusiastic about this shit that it actually is entertaining.
Or like the time where I accidentally and unwittingly asked a set of twins out unwittingly.
Well, that.
Oh, and there's this one. When I was in 8th grade, I think 9th grade, a kid said, "I'm allergic to schoolwork," and I said, "I'm allergic to homework," and he said, "Don't copy me," and I was really embarrassed. Are you turned on yet, brightnesses?
Oh wow.
I think I want to die, honestly.
Usher, no, she's secret. She's inside. It's you. Who here has seen Princess and the Pauper? I don't.
The Barbie one.
Oh my god!
I'm so sorry. My mind is like, he means the Barbie one, doesn't he?
No. Many moons ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I just think. Yeah, that just made me think. But even though she treats me coldly, it hides and in a fire. That's basically Becca for Balerion right now.
You can fucking quote that fucking film. I just remembered the fucking wig scene.
I shouldn't. I feel embarrassed because I brought up a
The
Barbie
blonde wig
movie.
and doesn't even tie up her hair, and suddenly, like, magically, she looks like the blonde one.
Or she
Music in that's pretty damn solid. Not gonna lie.
Or yes, I am a girl like you. I'm just like, I'm
the
just
songs
like
I remember
you.
them.
My sister had the Dawson saying, I'm having war flashbacks over here.
The course is only beginning, though, so that's why I'm not yet incredibly seductive and turning people on. When the course is over, I'll become irresistible.
She'll be, lady. We need like
they don't
a.
deserve it. So I just stopped answering. I just never raised my hand. And then this went all the way through grad school. And in grad school, I was lucky because I was studying Asian cultures. So the teachers
You're
were
Asian.
used to having Asian students who don't speak up. So they'd ask me questions. But most of the time, I'd have to force, even before I knew the answer and it's coming, my heart pounding. And I just have to force myself to speak up. And it was just a point that I had to force myself to speak up and to create this trait in myself that I will speak up.
Mate.
So I had to learn assertive confidence. Assertively confident people also persist in the pursuit of their goals. They don't give up.
Coughlin.
Like, here's an anecdote, mate, that's more unique than yours. I can count on one hand how many times I put my hand up in class until I was fucking 17. Right? So, believe you me, that is a thing that people fucking struggle with. So, I don't understand how you managed to tell that as, like, the most forgettable fucking anecdote. And you like, how? Fucking
Are they even anecdotes?
Like, he just picked out a thing that someone might struggle with, didn't, like, highlight any of it as he told it. It wasn't very, like, extreme or interesting to begin with in any kind of way or unique.
There's no individuality to his so-called anecdotes. End quote.
And I just had to force myself to speak up. It was like, oh really? Oh, I didn't realize that's the end of that story. I didn't realize that's how it works. And you go, I have to force myself to speak. Really? Shit, I didn't realize that's how you fucking solve that problem.
Well, he didn't.
Yeah,
solve it,
this is one of very few times when I'm bored to tears over how bland this is.
Fucking
We need a barking cat right about now.
I don't know why, but yeah, sure. Why not?
Ouch.
I mean, do you have a good clip done that we could play to this?
Of what? Like,
I have no fucking idea.
Anything. We don't care.
There is indeed still life out there.
well, honestly, like, probably what, like, we can just watch, like, totally, like, straight, cough, cough, in air quotes, Preminger try to seduce a middle-aged queen to get her money after he's robbed her gold mine dry. Your mother is a very handsome woman. Yeah, I'm sure you think so, sir. I'm sure you think so.
And one example of this is they freely approach women they want to meet. If he's assertively confident, he sees that woman, I'm going to go assert myself with her, which means I'm just going to go meet her.
Assert myself.
Right.
What the fuck?
Who is this man?
He's the rage. He's the ideal man.
Assert myself. Okay. Did he say assert himself or insert himself? Because those are two very different things.
Assert.
Yes, there will be no inserting, I'm sure.
I mean, also, like, I grew up in circles of people who own lots of dogs, and usually the term assert yourself is kind of like spoken in terms of like pack dynamics. So I'm sitting here going, what the fuck? Like, in terms of how to translate your body language to deal with like animals, basically. I'm really quite concerned here.
I think we all are.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the ideal man. The third trait is leadership. He's a leader.
Stop that.
So the ideal man is not a passive follower. He's trained himself to weigh the relevant factors and then make a snap decision and deal with the consequences. He gives himself a time limit. Here's a day-to-day way that this comes out. When the menu comes, he doesn't dither over it. Would I rather have this or that? I don't know. I think I might have this. I don't know. I might have that. And the waitress comes like, give me a minute. I don't know. Have that. It's not a leader. Leader makes up a decision.
He really is
decision
good
and
at
acts
such a
on it.
fucking pack dynamic.
And then deals with the consequences. That's how you learn.
So essentially, what he's saying
That's
is
life. That's
be a leader.
life.
He's likening being a leader to choosing a menu item.
I mean, yeah, don't be crazy and decisive because people go, have you got your shit together? And here's
You know what
here's
they
a
say?
really good advice for
That's
everyone.
life.
Maybe have
That's
your
life.
That's probably quite attractive to have your shit together. And people who have their shit together can look at a menu and not spend 5 hours on it. So yes, dude, well done. But you are, you know,
Quite
as
not.
Talk about summarizing regular life occurrences.
Dr. Crozier, by the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that. Hello.
Greetings.
How's life? Do you understand it? Tommy Wiseau doesn't. Sorry,
Anyway.
I couldn't resist.
A great example of this actually just came to mind. I don't know how many of you are Trekkies. 'Cause I know
What
a lot of-
is
What?
going on?
I'm a geek, and I love Star
Are you?
Trek: The Next Generation. Jean-Luc Picard actually is one of my heroes. In real life, the guy
Where is
is-
this going?
Okay, pause.
What?
I came out of nowhere. I like Star Trek. Okay, the cult of David now has to like Star Trek: The Next Generation, preferably Picard.
like I know nothing about Star Trek, pretty much.
Same here. I just know Picard's bald, and he's
Yeah.
He's played by Professor X.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the
That's pretty
information I got
dope.
on Star Trek.
yeah,
But-
he's dope.
It was pretty good on the better moments. The better episodes.
Yeah, you
Very
just said,
variable.
I don't believe it. Yeah, I say press X to doubt as well.
I'm a geek.
You laugh like one.
Bull
Yeah.
crap. Bull
I
crap.
You know what? I can imagine it, but I don't imagine he's particularly perceptive about it. I can imagine he's a bit of a. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of a bit
Very-
apathetic at this point, I'll be honest.
Well,
Is-
we must all have our individual
No,
preferences
can you
and
please?
likes.
Okay, you're gonna make me not apathetic by making me incredibly angry. So
You won't like Becca when she's angry.
you won't.
What do
She
we,
is like
Pierre Trudeau, ex-prime
She
minister of
is
Canada.
our unikitty.
They both had bald heads. There's this episode
They
in
both
which
had both
he and the
heads.
doctor, get a
What
name,
joke did he
were
just make?
stranded on this planet, and they were cut off from radio communication with the ship. So they did, however, have this alien race gave them some anklets or something, some kind of handcuffs that
Really sounds
would
like you know what you're
give them
talking about right
telepathy. So he could read everything that was in the doctor's mind. She could read everything in his mind. So they
Okay, I do
found
remember
themselves in
that.
this situation on this planet, and they just started walking, and there's this like a jungle kind of setting, and there's a fork in the road, and the Beverly Crusher, right? The doctor says, "Hey, which way should we go?" And he says, "This way. Let's go." And they take a few steps, and she goes, "Wait a second, you have no idea where you're going, do you?" And he says, "No. Come on, let's go." And she says, "Wait, is this how you make decisions on the ship?" He's like, "Yeah, most of the time. Let's go."
most of the time with
You weigh the
Europe.
relevant factors. You weigh them quickly. If it looks like it's equally good, pick one.
I think the subtitles
Get in the
are telling
habit
me
of making decisions.
it's something to do with Europe.
Leaders
Get it out.
do not have to have formal
Yeah.
recognition, rank, status, or position, but they do not rely on external recognition They just inspire and lead others naturally. And lest you think that they're just a bunch of douches who just ramrod their own ideas over others. They do take into account the opinions and ideas of other people. But ultimately, they draw their own conclusions, and they don't waste time doing so. Right? So they're internally referenced. They draw their own conclusions, they make their own decisions, and they do them quickly.
Okay. Star Trek.
The fourth is that they're sexual. They're not immature schoolboys.
We went Star Trek to sexual.
They totally go together.
Star Trek can be hot. You mean we finally got to sexual after all this time?
Oh my god.
We finally got to the fucking point.
Literally the fucking point.
I was about to say.
Oh
no.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry that slipped out. I apologize.
Not horribly and painfully.
Excuse me, I am just gassy right now.
I think we're all gassy at this point.
I can take a bow and say I made sense there.
Well, yeah.
David is the gassiest of them all, of us all.
Yeah. You have achieved greatness, brightness. You have. Alrighty.
They're not immature schoolboys.
Alright, let's keep going.
Blah, blah.
They're also not judgmental or closed-minded about sex. They have no sexual hang-ups, and they're comfortable with their views on sex and sexuality. As soon as you know that line.
Okay. And I'm sure you're just
And they're
like
secure in their own self-image and with their bodies.
I'm sure you're just like that too.
At least we're almost done, so I can go mess with my husband. I need to mess with someone.
So this really has been a turn on then.
And then
Yes.
I'm gonna be watching.
No, I just really want to mess with him now that he's home. I miss him. I miss him when he's working.
So this thing is working.
Yes.
Oh,
Don't give Valerian ideas.
Because I want to see a real man.
A real man with a.
That's how it works.
Real man with
The guys think
a
to say
real
themselves,
man
we're
beard.
hotter than. Sorry.
Oh,
We're hotter or more macho than David, so they become confident that they can seduce women because if he can, anyone can. Carry on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
And they're at ease in talking with women about sexual subjects. It's no big deal. Obviously, it would be best if
on the
they were
date.
also skilled at sex and sexual techniques and knowledgeable about sex.
Everybody wants to
And that's
have
something,
sex
if you lack that
immediately.
knowledge or skill, you should go and learn it and get better at it.
I'm just not convinced.
But it's not
that this
it's not
guy is
necessary
at all
because it's the result that comes out of that, which is that they're at ease with talking about it. And most of all, actually, beyond the knowledge of it purely, is that they're open to learning. They're open to learning new things. They're open to learning more. The fifth is that they're adventurous. They're not boring. They're not predictable. And they're not afraid. There's no fear of danger. They welcome
There's no fear of danger.
That sounds like an oxymoron, but okay.
Also, quick question. So, fear of talking about sexual subjects. So, depends on the date. You're not going to be talking about boning the first date.
I mean, there are people who do, but I don't know why.
Yeah, and also like not being funny. There's kind of like I swear that he doesn't like touch on the fact that sometimes it's actually kind of cute if people are sort of coy and sort of
Yeah, some people like that.
You know, like there are. It's not always exactly the fucking same with every person.
Yeah, some people are like not interested in sex till you get to know the person, not boink in the first day.
Yeah,
this guy clearly has a lot of fucking insecurities, and he's not cool with that.
Literal screwing insecurities.
Yeah, I know. I'm really good at like putting that word in exactly the right place, aren't I?
So basically, you don't necessarily want to be a creepo cad on the first date.
Oh, imagine that. What,
Yeah,
what
imagine
kind
that.
of
But
what
sorcery
kind of
is this?
I know that's shocking. I know.
most unexpected advice ever?
I like to shock the bourgeois sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, we have 3 minutes left. Yay.
Oh my god, we're nearly at the end of this series. This has been a weird one.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've kept cutting off your conversations to get through this as fast as possible.
Yeah, but we covered 30 minutes in under 2 hours. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, wow. You know,
Calculated risk. It's part of the bad boy appeal. Mix that in there with whatever you are. So they are unpredictable and they have a love of spontaneous fun. They live life to the hilt. They push experiences to the edge.
Gosh.
Their lives are full of passion. They feel intensely.
Life to the hilt. That's a weird
their lives are
way
full of
to put it.
passion. They feel intensely, says the man with the least fucking.
Okay, so that's a summary. You got the 5 traits. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to catalog every single situation that you will face and how you ought to feel in every single situation.
Continually improve. Oh my fucking god, what kind of advice is this shit? Ah.
I think I just answered your own question.
Oh my god. But the secret is be content with the progress you're making in life. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. Life changing.
This was worth.
Set goals, make plans, and take action to become your ideal self. Oh my god, it's almost like he's just told you how to not be depressed.
Is this like worth $600 to pay to learn this stuff?
No, it's $5,000.
$5,000. Yes. Oh, in that case, yes, definitely.
The very basics of how not to be depressed. Brilliant. Wow.
Continually
we did how
improve.
not to be anxious before, and now we've done how not to be depressed. Brilliant.
That's Jeep. Continually improve. I don't know if I can. My brain can't handle all this.
Never even occurred to me ever. Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We should all just write garbage and it'll be sold. It worked for Ryan Johnson.
No, don't even write. Don't finish it. Like, why would you do that? Just, yeah, oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
mind blown.
Like, oh my god.
Oh, CT hoo-ha. What you're seeing now is a poor man's attempt at the 10 Commandments, except he's basically
Except
violating.
he's picking out the shit that people already knew, so they didn't need to put it in the fucking 10 Commandments.
Not to mention, it kind of violates some of the spirit of some of the 10 Commandments because we're learning how to be sleazebags.
Yeah. Yeah, since, like, isn't it thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor shalt thou commit adultery?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, not technically saying go after the married women.
No, go after married women. They're more experienced. Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't said it yet.
Sorry.
Maybe he might say that. He might actually say that in the future, but to be fair to him, he hasn't said it yet. So we don't know this.
Oh, go.
You're right. He gets off on a technicality.
One funny anecdote that I have is that apparently there was a missionary in my mission. I never talked to him, never even really met him other than like passingly one time. Apparently, like when he got off his mission, he wanted to marry like a single mom.
Okay, Mr. Baggage.
He what? He what? He what?
That's sweet, but that's a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had experience apparently.
Okay, so he's probably into MILFs. So he's definitely into MILFs. Got it.
Okay.
You didn't say something disgusting just now, did you?
Me or Dunn? Because I didn't say nothing.
Him.
What? Oh, I thought my real name was like what?
No, him. Dunchap. I beg your pardon.
I don't know if it was dirty. It's just his
Gross?
taste. No, not even gross. It's just this one missionary wanted to marry a single mom because they're experienced.
Oh, a single mom.
I know
Okay.
more than missionary's position. Ayo.
Okay,
That was
single
great.
mom.
Sorry.
It's not that gross. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you said something really gross.
Mormon missionaries are very, very lonely people.
Mormons think that we're playing around with you. I'm sorry.
I can't help but wonder why.
More offense.
I'll need to remind myself to show you something in a moment again. I just can't remember what it's called done.
Let's keep going. Let's finish this.
That's for another product. But that gives you a guide. You have an idea of what he's like. So you ask yourself, what would the ideal man do? What should I be thinking here? And over time, you're going to be improving. You're going to be moving more and more towards that ideal. But the secret is be content with your progress. If you're progressing, make sure you're working at it. But do your best. But just do your best. Don't compare yourself with others. Do your best. Forget the rest. As P90X Tony Horton likes to say. All right. Be content with the progress you're making in life. If you aren't content with the progress you're making in life towards this ideal, then it's very simple. This is the secret to success in everything in life. Set goals. Make plans to meet those goals. And then take action.
How very basic.
Goals turned into girls.
That was pretty good subtitles. Well done. We might consider freeing you from your prison next time for that one.
Simple.
Goals turn into
and then become your ideal self over time. No one's ever going to get there 100%. That's why it's the capital I ideal, right? I'm not putting myself up there as, hey, I got all 5 of those traits. I'm perfect. I'm continually working on it myself. Every day I'm working on it. You'll find that whenever there's an ideal, there's also, the ideal of the static role model. There's also the ideal of progress. You'll find this in Buddhism, in Confucianism, in Taoism, in Christianity, in Neo-Confucianism, my favorite subject. Always be moving forward.
It's pretty hard.
Right? It is a struggle, but it's an easy struggle. And there's a contentment to it.
So we're calling it an ideal now? The seducing the lady an ideal?
Progress.
It's so bloody.
It's very bloody.
It's
very, very bloody.
No comment.
Make it hard, everyone.
Oh,
which thing? The subject or other things?
I guess it's an
Both.
ideal, sort of.
And make the blood really wet.
No.
Well, that was a comment that you made.
I love this. It's so awesome.
It's the most brilliant thing in history, obviously.
Oh dear.
Clearly. Let's continue with this, shall we? We can finish this.
Even though you're making progress, you need to be content with where you are. Don't feel like you're not good enough yet. Just do your best. That's all anybody can ask of you. It is useless to feel sorry for yourself just because of the cards you were dealt. Get on with it. And be proud of the progress.
Guilty because of the head. What head?
That's really.
They said hand, as in if you've been dealt a bad hand.
I know, but
yeah, I know. I know the captions create certain implications.
What did the caption say again? I'm sorry. What did the caption say again?
The head you've been given, or something.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
Or the head you give, maybe. I don't even want to backtrack and check.
We don't want to
because I'd much rather remember it like that.
So the static Ronald.
Now do it.
The static
No,
Ronald.
come
is
back.
like, is that like the idea of like Ronald McDonald, like Ronald?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it's like a saint of the cult of David.
Yeah.
Like the static Ronald is like is like the
Okay.
man. He's the ideal man. The ideal
Manic
man is
static.
Static Ronald is the ideal man.
Yeah.
Static
Yeah.
shock.
Wouldn't it be
Now
a riot?
Now
Wouldn't
I
it
just
be a
wish.
riot if
Who's sometimes known as Megan, by the way.
Now I just
Wouldn't it
wish
be a riot?
that. Now I wish that I was watching the Studio C. What if the Joker replaced Ronald McDonald as the
Yeah.
mascot of McDonald's?
I'll not lie, that did cross my mind when you mentioned it.
Wouldn't it be a riot if the Cult of David made these subtitles into their scriptures, but people had like religious wars about how to interpret them correctly?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be?
The world
on
would probably be a
And here's
better
the
place
thing.
for it.
Here's the thing:
keep-
these lectures are so fucking nebulous that it would like just. there
And
would be
so
many-
boring and so basic.
But you could have so many extreme, opposite direction interpretations. So you'd have like absolute insane religious warring between the extreme factions, and it'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We have 1 minute left. Let's power through this.
The only thing you can be proud of in life anyway. You can't be proud of the things that you were given through your genetics or the things that you were given through your parents, your upbringing, or the money that was put into your trust fund. Be proud of your progress and the work
What is
that
this
you've
pep
done.
talk?
You're progressing towards the ideal
This is
man.
way worse than
So I
TED
went
Talk.
over the characteristics of the ideal man.
Hi, I'm David
Easygoing
Tion. This
confidence.
is my TED Talk.
Easygoing confidence, assertive confidence. He's a leader. He's sexual. He's an adventurous person. And having all
Things
those,
David is not.
The sexual is an adventurous person.
I just swear he just describes the person that you should be in order to achieve this. And you're sat there going, squinting at him, going,
I don't
Right,
believe
so-
you.
What
So-
does this have to
No!
do with boning?
so who did you
Everything.
observe in a really creepy way to get this idea from? Because I don't get the impression that this comes from your own experience.
I concur.
No,
with this.
this guy has certainly not played down with a girl ever.
Yeah. We
Oh,
got 20 minutes. We can do that. We got 20 seconds.
I was like
Awesome.
minutes. Are you?
20 minutes?
allows him to give her
Actually, yeah.
good feelings.
Yep, a whole other 20 minutes to go on this thing. Sorry.
And because good
Yeah.
feelings are the ultimate value.
Good
Okay,
feelings
you can
and the
undercut
ultimate value.
all the materialism and the looks and so forth. Give her the good feelings.
Materialism, the movie.
Oh, we're done.
That was
We're done with this.
That was
No,
Kirk
I'm not
Cameron-
getting into part 4.
We're not. Why?
That was Kirk Cameron saving Christmas. Kirk Cameron saving Christmas is materialism, the movie.
Yeah.
Or immaterialism, the movie, as the case might be with me. If anyone remembers my weird anecdote about that when you guys were streaming that.
Oh
which
yeah.
was- yeah.
I don't remember it. You can repeat
I-
it.
I
I,
have some
um,
comments on screen right now.
So the day that was being streamed, I had stayed up all night the night before, making.
I'm deeply
Stuff.
concerned that I see something in the suggestions that was like, the reality of women or something by David Tion. I think is what's it.
God. Yeah, I stayed up all night making Christmas hampers, and I hadn't had any sleep, and it was like that evening, and I was so delirious and falling asleep that all the cast as they were talking sounded like turned into Buffy characters in my head.
You mean actual characters?
Like as in they were just talking, but they were the words became the voices of the Buffy characters, and they were their faces, and I was just fucking. I was falling asleep.
Do we
But
need
not
a
quite.
before we go off? Do we need a palette cleanser or anything?
No,
That would be a nice idea.
unfortunately. Well, unfortunately not. I think we will have to call it good there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
we've been doing this for almost 2 hours.
yeah. Which was shorter than I anticipated, actually. I thought this would
Yeah.
take 3 hours.
Yeah, it didn't seem that long.
You know, yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
We were kind of
So-
rushing through at some points.
Well, the nice thing is it was mostly just like simple platitudes.
Oh, hey, Preston Jacobs and Red Team Review just posted.
Yep. Well, let's we will call
Oh,
it
hey,
good
there's
there.
a Smudcast.
Yes, that's where I need to leave because it's Maggie
Oh,
Fish.
right.
I'm
Well-
contractually and morally obligated.
He has been called
Yeah.
to his calling.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, we will call it good there, and I will
Alright.
definitely say for Smudcast.
It would be extremely painful for you.
Have a riot.